Shower thought. I don't think Pete Burns from Dead or Alive gets the credit he so justly deserves. He has an entire album worth of music that came out before Sophisticated Boom Boom and Youthquake, and no one ever mentions it, or talks about it, or plays it. And I don't get why, because it's just as good, if not a bit better, as it's more post-punk or dark punk, and less disco. Which, disco's fine, Youthquake was a great album, so is Sophisticated Boom Boom, but the earlier stuff, where it was like a rock band, and he hadn't trained his voice yet, is pretty amazing. I suggest you check it out and listen sometime. Once again, I'm in the shower, so shower thought number 2. Thought exercise. I've been thinking about this for the past, since I got in the shower, so. How many minutes do you think it would take for 100,000 homos with sledgehammers to basically tear down Mar-a-Lago? And would the American government be really willing to commit mass murder? Or would they let us do it? And who are they going to arrest? It's 100,000 homos. Just a thought. Shower thought number 3. Don't remix or cover Donna Summer. There's absolutely no reason to. Giorgio Moroder remixed her shit better than anyone has today. I find it ironic that crap remixes have been coming out to tracks that were remixed by the first person to do remixes. If he was dead, he'd be rolling in his grave. Yeah, so just stop. Plus, she's got a perfect voice for her songs. And unless you're camping it up like Jimmy Somerville singing I Feel Love, there's absolutely zero reason to ever cover any of her songs. That's all. Unless you're David Moroder and you decide, Giorgio Moroder, and you decide, I'm going to remix these songs again because I can. Anyway, happy Pride. It's Pride weekend, which means I'll be working all weekend, which means I'll be not really doing much of anything except making drinks, which is fine. However, every Pride weekend reminds me of a few things. A, I don't like Madonna. B, Kylie Minogue is cute, but that's about as far as it goes. C, I hate house music. D, I don't want to listen to some B-list divas screaming about getting fucking wet. And E, I just want dick. That's all. So I wonder, am I gay or am I just a guy that likes dick? And does that make me gay? I'm not sure. Well, apparently today's soundtrack in my head is going to be Turn the Beat Around by Vicky Sue Robinson. Not even Gloria Estefan, but the original by Vicky Sue Robinson. I'm not thrilled about this. The plus side, though, is that Soft Cell also put that in one of their tracks called Memorabilia. Just kind of threw that little verse in it. So maybe if I listen to Memorabilia, which is a much better song in my opinion, this will get out of my head. Because I don't want to listen to this in my head for the next 24 hours. No, it's not going to happen. Anyway, just wanted to share. Happy Monday. Okay, so I'm in a dilemma. Anybody have any suggestions would be great. So last year I gave somebody about $1,000 to buy some product for me. Doesn't matter what the product is. And in the past year I have received no product and nothing but excuses why I have not received my money back. I promised him at the very beginning that I would not tell his fiancée anything about this because he didn't want his fiancée knowing that he was purchasing said product. It's been a year. I think I've done a pretty good job not talking about it, and I've gotten kind of annoyed of having to like wait. So I think I'm going to like basically extort it from him. Seem reasonable? I think it's reasonable. So when I was a kid, I would find where my parents kept presents for the holidays, and I would open them, look at them and know what they were, and then tape them back up and pretend that I didn't know. Unfortunately, that always led to a very unexciting holiday, as I knew everything that was going to be unwrapped and what was in each box. And it just made it really disappointing. Recently I've realized that I think I prefer guessing instead of knowing. Guessing's much more interesting because I could be right, I could be wrong. I don't know. Whereas knowing, well, I know. That's it. There's no excitement left into it. So yeah, I prefer guessing all the time. In case any of you were wondering, cum and pizza crust don't really go very well together. I just thought I'd let you know. It's a public service announcement. I haven't done a shower thought lately, so I figured this would be a good time. Why not? The Cosby Show. I've had this stuck in my head for a while. I don't remember much about The Cosby Show, but what I do remember is Felicia Rashad freaking out because she has a snake in a pillowcase. And she's going, I got it! I got the snake! I got the snake! And she's holding up the pillowcase and shaking it with her hand to make it look like there's something in there. Yeah, and then I hear and see what Bill Cosby did. And I'm like, the snake almost seems like it's a portent of what Bill Cosby was, which is basically a snake in the grass, right? Because he was kind of a pervert. Yeah, anyway, just like shower point 5.4, let's call it that. Two things. First off, I think it's not okay if your balls get really, really cold when you've tied them off and start looking really dark purple. I think that's a bad thing. I think. I'm pretty sure it's a bad thing. Because they're kind of going numb too. Anyway, the other thing that I find fascinating that I've been thinking about is that if you take all light in the spectrum, all different colors of the spectrum of light, and combine them, you get white. But if you take all of the pigments of color in the spectrum of inks and dyes and paints, you get, and you mix them all up, you get black. Tricky. Oh my God, so I forgot to tell you, this craziness happened a couple days ago. So I'm going down to my grandmother and I taste horse semen. And I look up and I'm like, so that's how you died. I never figured it out until now.
For those of you who don't know me that well, I have a serious penchant for redheads. Always have, probably always will. They kind of do me in. Oddly, though, I tend to make them run screaming. I'm not sure why. It's not like I'm a creepy stalker. I don't get it. But anyway, today, while I was at the barber shop, I had a client. Sorry about that. Had a chat with somebody. Had a client who had cut his own hair at home and had fucked it up. He was like 6'4". He was a redhead and a construction worker. It hurt. It hurt my heart. And I think I peed a little. He was gorgeous. And I fixed his hair up, and he's like, I'll be back in 3 weeks for you to do this again. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. Bye. Seriously, it was painful. I think I peed. I've been told that gingers have souls. That's great. I just want to know whose souls they have, because I know they suck the souls out of people when you're sleeping. I know that's what they do. They're like cats.
I'm at IML. It's fun. It's been fun, or at least entertaining. However, while the vendor mart opened today, I decided to go down and see what's up, see if there's anything remotely interesting. I normally don't buy anything, but you never know. Sometimes I see something and I'm just like, maybe I'll get it. Well, today, while I went into the Nasty Pig clothing section, I was being helped by this gorgeous redhead who basically convinced me to buy a ton of stuff because he's a gorgeous redhead. And he's also one of their models. So if you ever see a model that's a ginger on Nasty Pig's website, that's who is taking care of me. Gulp.
So why is it that Seth Fernea always is either not completely naked or has things blocking pretty much everything I want to see? It's annoying. I mean, just, yeah. If you don't know who he is, you should check it out. He's dreamy. Oh well. Happy Thursday. So I've decided that for the sake of me and probably other people out there in the world, but I don't care about them, gingers are not allowed to couple. They don't get to be together because that's not fair to me. Oh, I crack myself up sometimes. But seriously, hurts my heart when I see it, two gingers together and I'm not part of it. Oh well. I'm gonna go put on my 16 candles prom dress and eat some cake in the dark under a stairwell and cry while it rains. So, I just want to clarify the whole thing about redheads with me. So, half of my family, my mom's side, they're all ginger. Pretty much everywhere from strawberry blonde to like auburn. My father's side is all Italian. I got all of that. Except for this. And any white in here. This was once red, but now it's white. So I'm a little vexed about the fact that I did not get any of the red gene in me. Hence why I'm obsessed a little bit, jealous a lot, and kind of turned on by it quite a bit. Anyway, that's why I have a thing about it. That's all. On that note, so I'm okay with like really hot redheads following me. I'll follow them. I won't have any problem following them. Not one iota. Just putting that out there, because you know, me and redheads have that, well, I have that thing for them. Their thing for me is usually running and screaming as fast as they can to get away from me. I'm not that much of a lech, but, you know, one man's lech is the other man's catch, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so hottie redheads, come find me and I'll follow you, and then we'll be best friends because we're friends on Instagram. Yay. Oh, I almost had such an amazing experience, but unfortunately nothing happened. I just had a client. It's my last client in the day, so I'm here all by myself. And for some weird reason, his credit card wasn't working. So I was immediately thinking to myself, how is he going to pay? And of course, you know, I immediately went to, I'm going to suck his dick. That's going to happen. Unfortunately, no. He's straight. I didn't think that was going to make any difference, but apparently he's straight. So, alas, no dick sucking from me. He was hot too, and super tall and blonde and from Idaho, so he's kind of like a country boy. He was kind of perfect. Oh well.
You know, I just realized I don't have any photos of me at the gym. At least not more than one that I can think of. Maybe I'm failing as a homo because I only have one. Maybe I need to take a lot more. Why do I want to do that? Does it make me look bigger and bulkier because I take more pictures of me at the gym, so therefore I must be going more often? Or is it just me being vain? Well, isn't all of this about being vain? I mean, I'm posting. I guess that's a form of vanity. Anyway, so I must be a bad faggot because there are very few photos of me at the gym, and that's just not okay.
So I'm walking home, and I just walked past a hot dog stand, and it's called Dirty Dogs. I don't know if I'd want to eat a hot dog from a place called Dirty Dogs. That just doesn't bode well. No. Clean dogs, how about that? But no, not dirty dogs. Ew, no. Do you ever get that feeling that after you've used a toy for a while that you think, I might have overdone this. It hurts. Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. I think I may have overdone it. Ooh, no bueno.